Overseas, the Allroad is available in both A4 and A6 body styles, but South Africa will only get the A4 version for now. The Allroad effectively replaces the entire Avant lineup, bar the S and RS4 models. A bold move, but one that shows how confident Audi is about its new go-anywhere wagon.
On Ignition GT today, it's all about sense and sensibility, and on Z you certainly have it.
Why? Because I've got one of these.
Yeah, you do. You've got the original 2001 A6 Allroad Avant. It doesn't get better than that.
Yeah, it's a great car, it's still going, but why does it make me sensible?
Because you are European. You're pragmatic. You want the sensibility of having a sedan-like on-road performance, but the practicality of having extra space. I just don't understand why in this country, South Africans are SUV buff. No, seriously.
No, they love the SUVs for the extra ride height, but you're finding Avants that are off-road optimized like these more and more in showrooms now. Like Volvo's just brought out the V40 Cross Country, which just like this has scuff plates and a little bit of extra ride height, and they're trying to bring that back.
The challenge is though, are we going to be able to convince the South Africans to take those blinkers off and consider the advantages of a wagon?
Well, we can try.
It has been one of the nicest Audis for me to drive. It's that sedan-like quality that makes so much sense.
That same dynamic handling, but with, a family car.
Obviously with the raised ride out up to 180 mils, I almost find that the suspension is more of like a standard comfort setting. So the ride is way more comfortable, way more pleasant from an everyday drive perspective.
And that'll be because with an Avant or a station wagon as we know them, there's not that much pressure for it to be a sporty vehicle. So the chassis isn't as highly strung and tuned.
Unless you want the RS4, which is in the Avant. I mean, but obviously that's a whole thing, but it's an interesting point. I mean, I know you love heading out there into the country and doing your thing, and obviously important changes on the Allroad from the run-of-the-mill station wagon you get from Audi is obviously the off-road detection system as well.
Standard ABS is not meant for driving on gravel, and if you try to use standard ABS or an emergency needed ABS on a gravel road, it wouldn't be as effective as it is on the road because of the lack of traction on the gravel. What Audi and Volkswagen have is a specialized ABS off-road program that's also in the Amarok that allows the car to be able to use ABS off-road. And then what they also have is they don't have a normal stability protocol program in their off-road vehicles. They have a specialized ESP.
So I mean, it really is geared for in case it runs into any tricky situations. The car is robust.
Yeah, look, that 180 millimeters is not a hell of a lot. So anything other than quite a bad dirt road is still going to be off limits to you. But I think that they're becoming more honest in the way that they sell these on-off-road all-rounders, in that most people don't go up into the bundus in, Namibia and Angola and
They don't do it in the SUVs.
No, they don't. So why buy an SUV? Why pretend? Why not just get something that still gives you the practicality, but has 180 millimeters is still a hell of a lot more than you'll get in a sedan. And that underbody protection plate is for the occasional rock or something that jumps up that's going to hit your exhaust and it's going to ruin your holiday, and that won't happen here. And then they've also got the scuff plates on the side. And the A4 Avant has not been doing well for Audi, and I mean the off-road and leisure market in South Africa is massive, so why not capitalize on that?
Let's talk engines as well. I mean, only two models, but these are engines that we've known from Audi for a very, very long time. 2-litre TFSI or the 2-litre TDI, 155 kilowatts, 350 in the petrol, 130, 280 in the diesel. The diesel for me, I think, would be the pick.
Yeah, what's interesting is that where diesels are usually astronomically expensive, the diesel model, and this is only 5k more than the petrol model. And I mean, this is the diesel model, and it's still got that diesel feel to it, but with the modern diesel engines, I mean, it's the same engine that you find in the Tiguan and the Q3. You barely notice that it's a diesel, and it's great for fuel consumption.
The list price between diesel and petrol is always so big that you never ever recoup that at the tank. No. But that $5,000 difference makes sense for me. Audi and VW too are really hard pressed for you to try and find competitors out there with a better gearbox to engine coupling. Because this, for me, just put it into drive. Yeah, it's got paddles, but honestly, I didn't feel the need to use them at all. It was just so nice to cruise along.
Yeah, their quattro systems and their gearboxes have always been their strong points, and I mean, even the older gearboxes are fantastic, but between their new 7-speed and the 8-speed that's in the Amarok, they really have stepped it up a notch.
The passenger in the car wouldn't even feel the gear change. You just really do waft along. But I want to show you something that is flipping cutting edge. Have you checked one of these? This is unbelievable. You can put all your music on this. It's amazing. And then you can get into your Audi and you can stick it into this SD slot and it plays your music. It's incredible.
Okay, but now my problem is all my music is on this.
Exactly. Audi.
And headphones.
Audi, this is the one thing. I mean, until an SD card is a phone, we've been fighting about this for 3 years. It is my only bugbear in what is otherwise a beautiful car is your dumbass SD card system. I mean, luckily you brought the adapter because every SD card is micro.
Yeah, the new ones are like that. But can I tell you that even if that's
man.
their justification, the new phones are so big. My phone, I mean, it's worth more than 10,000 rand. I don't have an SD card in there because I don't need it. So people don't carry these things.
Nobody
around.
carries an SD card anymore. The minute that you brought out iPhones where people could store their music, just put a Bluetooth application they've got.
And you can't charge
give me a USB plug and I've got my music, I've got my phone, I've got my charge. Please, other than that, I love this car.
Yeah, other than that, it's fantastic. The interior is absolutely stunning, and I mean, it's everything you'd expect from Audi, and it's simple and sophisticated.
So priced at the 438 for the diesel and 5 grand cheaper on the petrol model. Not too bad, but then again, it's the option list, which can be a bit extensive from an Audi perspective. I mean, the model we in has all the electric seats, which are optional extras, a sunroof, which is optional extra, the navigation, optional extra. So before you know it, you're going to be paying 520,000 for your A4 Allroad, which is pretty steep.
But I think that in this market, you know, that's the kind of thing that people budget for as well with the luxury vehicles. The challenge is getting people to pay that for a station wagon. I mean, that word station wagon, maybe that's why they call them Avants in Europe, so it sounds more sexy. But making station wagons sexy in South Africa, I mean, that's a massive challenge for Audi.
Yeah, we're going to have to come up with a new name.